Good morning, class. How are we today? We okay? Good. Well, as we have just ingested our comfort foods, I'm going to ask you something. Do we know what fractions are? Do we know how to multiply top and bottom numbers?
No.
Oh, well, we're going to learn that today. But here's another thing. Who can tell me they have problems learning their vocabulary words every week that I give you? You have problems with it? Well, great. Because this little thing that I have come across is called vocabulary. And what vocabulary does is it ingests words that we learn on a weekly basis. And it takes it and puts it in a hip-hop music form. So like from today's music's like Old Time Road, that you know, it takes those words and it turns it into a song. So what we're going to do is I'll go in the Google box and you're going to go to vocabulary.com. I think I should have, yeah. But while you're doing that, we're also going to watch a video to understand what vocabulary does in a more staging manner.
Enable content, maybe?
Yeah, look.
That's probably what I didn't do.
Just keep clicking.
Anyone who has stood in front of the classroom knows. If students aren't engaged, learning can't happen. Yet national student polls from Gallup continue to show a steep engagement cliff beginning in 5th grade. Reflecting student interest in the classroom increases engagement, which is how vocabulary gets students excited to learn and brings joy to the classroom with hip-hop across every subject and every grade level. Students master content and standards through engaging videos, reading passages, and quizzes. Build a cross-curricular academic vocabulary through vocab cards and the vocab game, and develop 21st century skills through embedded discussion prompts and creative writing.
Let's start at the beginning. People teasing people wife late at night, putting up a fight. Isn't so you hear a sound, there was a yell, help, there was a yell, Boston Massacre!
We make implementation easy with resources and professional development.
Really, I never had a teacher work wrapped into their lesson plan, and it really helped me think creatively and still get the lesson at the same time.
Keep using vocabulary because it's informative, it's standards-based, it's rigorous, and it allows students to be engaged while they're actually learning.
There are ways to interject the learning style into the classroom and into a lesson that makes it more fun for our kids.
In looking at your curriculum, like, okay, this part could use a little oomph, or how can we make this part engaging? Let's see what vocabulary has. I mean, it has been a really great tool and resource to help reinforce, to engage, to get the kids excited with this different media tool, which is awesome.
So like I had just said to you, it takes, vocabulary words that was given to you, and it takes it and puts it first, because when you're brought into the lesson, you're given this video, and you watch the video, and you listen to the song, and it kind of like, you learn it, because immediately, as, you as the student, you're going to take in this song. You're going to like, oh, that's catchy. And then from there, it breaks it down, and it gives you activities, and then at the end of it, it actually gives you the chance to actually create your own rap from the same words, and then you become Kanye West on a daily basis. And maybe if you're lucky, you get a platinum. But, let's see.
You have to exit out of it.
I know, that's what it does every time. Good. But like I said, welcome to vocabulary. If you are right here and you found this page, I'm so proud of you. And if anyone having problems finding that page, So vocabulary, since I haven't created a class thing. What we're going to do is, since we all have emails, we're going to click free trial at the top right. We're going to do the top light. And we're going to join with our email at the bottom. And you can just type in your email.
I don't want it.
Myself. Yes. Because since, this is from, your self matter standpoint. We're going to do that. Any email you have, so that it can just, go from something. Type in your information. Do you want to have any problems at this point? Okay, well, and if you want to, go to next. You just say teacher.
Well, I found out you can't use a school email.
Oh, see, I didn't do that with me.
I put it in, it says, we think you're a student. Are you trying to join the class or?
What do you have a personal email name?
Yes, but I'm not putting it.
Oh, okay, sorry. Don't do that. Then you just pay attention to me. Because it's been.
I get spammed by so many different things. I'm not, no.
Okay, there, don't worry about it. Then I'll just show you. We'll just do it. You know that. And since our weekly vocab words this week is about fractions, we're going to watch a video about fractions and just give you an example of what it is about. My point is to vocabulary. I'll go back. Anyway.
What's happening?
I'm logged in back there on my Google, so I can't do it up here.
You want me to log you out?
No, don't worry about it. I'll just make do. I don't want to mess up my presentation. But what we do, like I said, it takes the words, what we're learning, and it takes into a video. In the video we are learning today, we would listen to this rap, and it would teach you about the whole numbers and fractions and the denominator and numerator. And then from there, after we watch it, use that video, you would get into the vocabulary words. Like I said, denominator, for whole number, we have number lines, numerator. And like I said, if you're like me, you ate a quarter of the pizza. I'm okay
No,
with
I
that. I'm okay with that by law. And then, because if you can't understand necessarily your way of the vocab cards, it gives you the option to create your own way. This is the way it's going to tell you what's being learned. This is the noun, and this is the definition. Well, I took my little self and made it my own way. I said the bottom number of the fraction, and I said which tells the overall number of how many pieces all in all. And I said 3/4 because I like to eat majority of things. And I even drew it to give an example of what was going on. I wrote 3/4, and I circled the 4 because that is your denominator. After you leave that set, you go to the next thing where you give the game. This part gives you the option to build the music. Build the song that's behind build the music behind the song you'll later make. So as you'll answer your question. Every time you get a correct answer, it goes from next to next to next to next. And each little section, you'll see a little instrument. And once you get to that instrument, and you get enough correct answers, you build another sound to your background music. And I did it first. I had to get enough of it. And you're given the option to go through to see what you got wrong. And of course, I got the whole number wrong. I don't know why, it was just me. And it shows you what I answered. I answered divide. And this was the question, and it tells me that was the correct answer. So I didn't get the drums in the song. I got the guitar and the trumpet, but not the drums. And then the next one, it gives you little sections to answer. Where it builds your reading skills. Like so this little short, and it takes, and it says, okay, well what's the example of the fraction 1/3? Well then, gives you little 3 different examples. Well, obviously you would say, well, C, 1 of 3 equal pieces of a square. Because it's the same and similar answer to what's being asked. And C is the correct answer. After that, you go into a quiz to figure out that you know these vocab words completely. And after that, you'll go into the next, which you'll master the vocab words by building your song. Like I said, you want to be Kanye West, don't you? Well, here's your chance to win. So what you do, and after that, it'll give you the say, like, think of a fact or a detail about fractions, write a short line, and after you write your first line, it gives you the option to, after you write your first line, you roll over here to your rhymes. It says, after you write your first line, click and get the rhyme to see what's your next rhyming word. To later come down, build your whole rhyme, and then when you present it to the class, you have a rap. And you know your vocabulary words. So for the ones that are logged in, which one, everyone raise your hand if you are on vocabulary. You can see. What you're going to do is you're going to go to math, and you're going to, under numbers and operations, and there's fractions there. And yes, that was the video, but since I wasn't given the option to play it, we won't watch it. But we'll go down to Lyric Lab. Start. And from there, it's going to ask you a couple questions, like from your vocabulary, to fractions. And you go down. And we're going to go down to Lyric Lab. Don't worry about that. Just look next to me. Go down to Lyric Lab. Okay. Well, since she's got it, I'll share with her. And from here, you'll start your round by think of a little fact or detail about fractions. What can you tell me? What can you tell me about your fractions that you know off the top of hand? Exactly. And see, from there, you'll start your first line. And then as you start doing that, you will say, get rhymes. Yeah. And see, rhymes for the bottom. And it gives you options and gives you things to start the second line. And as you go down the line, then you'll go down, you'll go finally complete, and then that's when your time to present it to the class. Has anyone got there?
There's a couple stretches here.
See, I did this, but it didn't give me certain words like that. Okay. All right, well, I didn't know that. That's something I didn't know. And let's see. Kathy, good Kathy, did you get? Yes, you can. Or well, the step one, you can write it. The first step is think of a fact or detail about the fraction. Like this, like your fellow classmate here said. She said the denominator is always on the bottom. So that was the first line. No, what you can do is just write out the first thing, and then and after that you say get started, and yep, you get rhymes. And now it gives you, rhymes for that line.
Yes.
And see, it shows you rhymes for the next line. Yeah. And as you like I said, as you make your way down, it gives you, you're writing your rap. So that when you get to the bottom, you have a rap done to present to the class. Okay?
Sourdough biscuit mix.
I want to see the performance, Kathy.
I do. Go ahead and the ones that are in this, go ahead and go through it. and see if you can create a rap while we're still here. Go down and get started. And what can you tell me about fractions? What's a fact or something you can tell me about fractions? Like homegirl over here just said the denominator is on the bottom. And then Kathy said the numerator is always on top. So what can you tell me about fractions?
Haley, what can you say about fractions?
Oh, no, I don't like math. That's why
I hate math.
For the ones that,
A number is always over a number, right?
yep, the top number always, I mean the bottom, no. Yeah, the top number always follows the bottom. Yep. And from there, on this corner right here, it's going to show, when after you put this and you click get started, and like on the bottom right, it's going to show you rhymes for your second line that rhymes with the first line. And as you make your way down, you find it at the bottom to percent. Okay? So I want to see for the ones that aren't logged in, we're getting down to the bottom and I want to see your rap. But for the ones that do get...
Come on, Ashlyn, make it happen.
All right, I'm typing that.
Yeah.
What do I do next? I have some rhymes for numbers.
Yes, because this is your second line.
Yeah.
These are your rhymes that will rhyme with this first line. So you use one. You'll use one of these lines for...
Do we have any success in the back?
What you use a vocabulary.
No, it's so I can use my junk email, but I don't have a password of my junk email.
To check, to verify, I got you.
Verify it, so I can log in,
Yeah.
but I can't do anything.
Well,
with
you
that.
can just rap about math on your own. You don't need the app.
Does anyone need help?
Because I didn't want it to be extra.
When Ashlyn or somebody else is first done, let's do it with that, so we can move forward.
Yes. I mean, I knew it was supposed to be easier than this.
It's okay. We all have our glitches.
That's not the feedback you wanted.
No, it's actually very true though. First,
We all have our glitches.
well, first my computer glitched, and then the second the video's not catching, and then I'm like, I'm not a bad teacher, I promise.
So I created my rap, but it won't play the audio.
What is it? Is it your headphones need to be in?
It should be your headphones.
How's everyone else getting?
I don't think they are.
Well,
Your head.
Anyway,
Can you read it to
so
us?
someone bust a beat.
Okay, Ashlyn is rapping. Here we go.
Oh, I'm rapping. Where's my beat chase? Okay. The denominator's on the bottom. Numerator is the top. Number line in the middle. Fractions are so civil. Cut the whole number in half. Divide for a laugh.
Yay!
Okay, Jake.
Okay,
High five.
all done.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is vocabulary.
All right, round of applause.